Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this beautiful map that we saw two slides of in the opening of this lesson. So this map comes from, well, this map is called the Catalan Atlas, and it was created in the year 1375. It was most likely drawn on the European island of Majorca, which is now a part of Spain. And I'm going to read to you the explanation of this map and what we can learn from it by looking at it very closely in just a minute. But before we do this, I want you to keep in mind that this was created by the Europeans, so the viewpoint that is shared is going to come from them. So as we talk about the figure in the center of the map, this man right here, notice his size relative to the other drawings on the map, okay? That's going to be important. And then I also want you to notice this man right here and notice the animal and then also his clothing. Okay, so here we go. The detail from the atlas included here has representations of two compelling figures. The first is the turban-wearing man riding a camel near a group of tents. Near this figure, a notation explains that this land is inhabited by people who go heavily veiled, so nothing can be seen of them but their eyes. They live in tents and ride on camels. The figure on camelback appears to be approaching another figure, who is identified as the ruler Mansa Musa. Quick background about Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was a ruler of the Empire of Mali, and we're going to talk about him more as we go forward. So he is portrayed wearing a gold crown, grasping a large gold orb and a gold-topped scepter. Alongside this depiction is a caption that proclaims, "This Moorish ruler is named Musi Mele Mansa Musa, Lord of the Negroes of Guinea. This king is the richest and most distinguished ruler of this whole region on account of the great quantity of gold that is found in his lands." Mansa, which means ruler or king, Musa, ruled the Empire of Mali from 1307 to 1332. The land that he controlled was rich in natural resources. There were multiple sources of gold, including the Bambouk and the Bore gold fields, which were within his kingdom. The Niger River, which was also a part of his empire, was abundant with fish, and it produced fertile soil for growing food, and was a thoroughfare for long-distance travel and exchange along the river. At the most northern point, the river reached the southern fringe of the Sahara Desert. Control of this vast territory made Mansa immensely wealthy and powerful. He made full use of his empire's strategic location at the crossroads of these major zones of trade. Some have suggested that if we converted his wealth into modern day, he would be the richest person in the history of the world. Please notice how large Mansa Musa is shown on this map. The map was created about 50 years after the death of Mansa Musa, so that shows something about the power that he held. Okay, on the next slide, you're going to answer a couple of questions about the map and also about the text that I just